Good day, gamers. Fortain here, and welcome to episode 4 of Minecraft: The Betweenlands. Hello, everyone. I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. There's a Chiramaw outside who is attempting to greet us all here, and also a Firefly sitting outside. Hello, Chiramaw. Can I help you with something? Come on. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, I heard the little guy just kind of sitting out there yelling for a bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use that as part of the intro. But yes, I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. As I said, this is episode 4 of Escape the Betweenlands. We are going to be making some more progress in getting access to a bunch of new to us stuff. The eventual goal for today, hopefully, is going to be to start getting access to lurker skin, which we'll need for armor, lurker skin pouches. We are going to need that for a water filter so we can start getting clean water and getting access to slow but infinite supply of certain things. And then whatever other pots of chance we happen to kind of see as we are out and about. Not too many changes have been going on here in Starter Base. I raised up the roof just a little bit so I can have a 3 stack of weedwood chests on the north and south side here. I was able to bring in the smoking rack. I was able to light the peat underneath it without making the whole tree a big inferno. So there's that. So I can start smoking stuff while inside here, as well as just cooking things in the dark sulfur the dual sulfur furnace. Excuse me. Speaking of stuff to smoke, I do have a bunch of food that I've just been gathering off camera, just kind of going out every now and again and killing some frogs, killing some snails, some crabs whenever they attack, just so I have a fair amount of food that I can go ahead and smoke here. Whoops. Oh, you can only place one item at a time here. You can't... Okay. I thought you could, like, put a stack of items there and then just smoke them all at once. No, you actually have to hang one item at a time. That's all right. That's not a big deal. So I'm going to be smoking a few foods here just to make sure that I have plenty for while I'm, you know, out and about. While that is smoking, I would like to first off go ahead and make some weedwood signs. Like I said, I do have a bit more storage here. Been collecting some more weedwood every now and again. Let's see. Boop. So that's 3 signs. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So let's do 3 craftings. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Plenty enough signs for right now. I'm not going to go over and fully organize the storage area right now. I'm just going to do that off camera. But kind of relying on the basics. So we're going to have different blocks right in here. So we have like the swamp dirt, the peat, the mud, silt, crag rock, and between stone. We've got the different animal drops, critter drops and stuff, the creatures that I've caught with nets. And just miscellaneous crafting things like sulfur, dry bark, dentifrice, etc. Grab the next bit of that. That's smoked frog legs. Yeah, should just be able to smoke like that. Cool. Okay. We have all the different type of wood that we've collected so far. Mostly just weedwood, the planks, and then sticks. Over here, we've got more natural stuff like all the stuff that I'm going to be harvesting with the shears, tree saplings, swamp reeds. Right here, we've got all of our equipment. So like the extra arrows I've been collecting, the pebbles, extra nets, the notes and item scrolls that I haven't had a chance to use yet. And then this is going to be our food stuff. So all of our raw ingredients, all of our cooked foods down here, sorted by how much saturation they provide. We'll also have balls of sap, Chiramaw wings, things like that. So I'm just going to be smoking a little bit of stuff while I do a few things here, because we need to craft a few things. Biggest thing that I'm going to be crafting at the moment is going to be the purifier, because we were able to find such a bounty of octane ingots in the previous episode with being able to find that that idol head. So we need 3 octane ingots and some weedwood planks. Easy enough to do. Like I said, we have enough octane to be able to do that. So we take our octane, we take our weedwood planks, and we make the purifier. Just go ahead and place that right here. So what the purifier does, you add swamp water in here, which will make some buckets in a moment. You add some sulfur to the bottom, and it purifies the items. So it turns the different types of crag rock into just standard crag rock. It purifies swamp dirt. It purifies the crimson or the other middle gems into their actual gem form. It cleans off the dentifrice vials. It cleans off the silk bundles. But the main thing that I'm going to be using it for is to clean off my tools. As you can see, my tools are very corroded, extremely corroded, and so on. So the more corrosion they have on them, the less damage they deal, the longer it takes to be able to harvest stuff. With the sickle specifically, at higher corrosion, there's a chance to not get the plant item with breaking the thing. So with how rare certain plant things are, I don't want to leave to chance the idea of, hey, my tool is even slightly corroded, and now I've just wasted trying to gain the little bit of a material that I can. So for now, we're going to go ahead and make some buckets. Let's see. Interesting that we're not getting the recipe here for a bucket. It should just be reed rope and weedwood planks. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why. Is there some conflict at the moment? Let me check real quick. And there should not be any sort of conflict, considering I've used... No, it's just being weird for the bucket. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. It's just being weird for the bucket. That's fine. So the weedwood bucket is just reed rope and planks in kind of a bowl shape, like that. Easily enough to make. Go. Or snail flesh. Tasty smoked foods. But in any event, so what we do, it is incredibly foggy out right now. Let's put away the signs at the moment. Like I said, I'll sort my inventory later. But we take the weedwood buckets, gather up some swamp water, go back in, and pour the swamp water into the purifier. Now this holds up to 4 buckets at a time, and each purification takes about 1/4 of a bucket, so 250 millibuckets. It does take a while to actually go and purify each thing, and it takes a piece of sulfur for each purification. So for example, my extremely corroded shovel, put that in there. And there we go. I think it takes roughly about 20 or so seconds, give or take, to completely remove all the corrosion. So we're going to just let that purify a few things while I'm smoking some of this. But the main, like I said, the main goal for today is to attempt to head out and try and get some lurker skin. The lurker skin is going to be very valuable for a good number of things that I'm wanting to do. A hardware laundry. That's an achievement, or an advancement anyway. Hardware laundry. Purifying your tools. Nice. So we'll just take a little bit of sulfur and we'll keep it in here for now. It's not going to do anything until you actually put the tool in there. Smoke frog legs, get the crab sticks going. But I want to make sure my tools are in the best condition that I can have them right now. So that way if I need to like very quickly dig up or very quickly dig down or, you know, break a tree or something, I don't have to worry about, oh, it's taking extra time because my tools are somewhat corroded. Because the lurkers can do a very large amount of damage to me very quickly. So, with that being the case, let's go ahead and put away the boat. I just haven't been using the rowboat as much as I don't know. I think I'll keep it with me. My inventory is getting very full, which is one of the reasons I want to start making the lurker skin pouches. I just need to get the materials for them. But let's go ahead and make a bow. Pretty simple bow. Weedwood bow is just rope and sticks. We have a fair amount of rope already made, and we've been finding some from the pots of chance. Weedwood sticks and reed rope. We have a weedwood bow. Very nice. Okay, pickaxe. Go ahead and clean off this pickaxe. Grab our smoked frog legs. There we go. I do want to have the arrows on me. I can make more octane arrows. I don't know if it's really going to be worth it at the moment, considering I'm going to be mostly relying on the slingshot to do such things. Let's see. That one is moderately corroded. But I do want to have the ability to have the bow with me. I do have some poison angler tooth arrows. I could use those as well, and I can make more with the poison gland. I'll hold off for now. I'll try and rely more on the slingshot, but if I need to switch to the bow, I can. Okay, that one's very corroded. We are going to grab a stack, or not a stack, but a small amount of swamp dirt because the lurkers do move faster than I do, especially swimming. So I want to make sure that I can essentially just pillar up to get out of their attack range. Okay, good as new, good as new, good as new. My swords are good, my picks are good, my shovels are good. Let's go ahead and clean off my axes real quick, and we'll also go ahead and make one more sword just so I can swap out. I know that I'm kind of overfilling my inventory right now, but I want to make sure that I have as good a chance as I can to, you know, get 3 lurker skins before I head back to base. The reason that I'm looking for 3 lurker skins is because that's how much it takes to make the water filter. So if we take a look at the water filter here, 3 lurker skins, some reed rope. But what you can do with the water filter is you take swamp water, this stuff, filter it with the moss mesh strainer or the silk mesh strainer, and you can get certain items from filtering, one of them being more lurker skin. So what I can end up doing is start slowly gaining an infinite amount of lurker skin from the water filter. I can be doing that off camera, so hey, I'm just sitting around, you know, waiting for food to smoke. I'm waiting for plants to grow. I've been grabbing, you know, a bunch of these swamp reeds from other areas, bringing them here and just replanting them. That's why I have so many reed donuts. But like, while I'm waiting for that to grow, I can be smoking some food. I can be filtering some water to get more, you know, lurker skin or something. Go ahead and smoke this last bit here, and we should be able to call that good for the moment. We'll put away the raw stuff, put away the fallen leaves, So yeah, we have a pretty good amount of food. Let's see. So we got smoked frog legs. We have the best food right now, the smoked crab stick. Let's see. That is 3 and 3.5. That's 3 and 4.5. And that's 3 and 5.5. So we'll keep those there. I'll keep the reed donuts just in case I need to reset some of the food. Okay. How much between stone? I don't have much between stone, but I can turn that into some more pebbles. Okay. Take the sulfur out. Not that it's going to like lose sulfur or anything while I'm out and about, but just in case. It is pretty dark outside, so I'll have to be careful. But let us begin. And A, hope we can find some lurkers. And B, hopefully we can fight them well enough. They are a very dangerous enemy. At least they can be. There's a white over there. Gather some snail flesh. Main thing I'm keeping an eye out for are going to be the little red dots on the minimap. While they can be several different enemies, there's a good chance. That's a crab. Hi, crab. Oh, hi. Thank you. I'm sorry, lizard. Hi. Crab's trying to do me in. Go ahead and switch to the snail flesh for right now. Better food. But yes, I will definitely want to be careful, especially if the lurker's in the water. It's going to be much harder for me to try and attack it because my attacks won't go as far. Let's see. Ah, that's a crab. Okay. That's fine. I do have a test I want to do later on with the crabs. There's a crab pot that you can make that can attract crabs to it. And if you catch a crab in said crab pot, you can actually get more drops from them than you would by simply killing them. Oh, hi. Speaking of crab. Thank you. They do take something called Anadita remains, which we've seen once. They take that to kind of bait the crab pot. And I see it. Oh, don't tell me that just despawned. Oh, bollocks. Like, I saw a lurker over here. I'm heading over to try and snag it, and it despawns. Let's add a little more light to this island by moving around some of these mushrooms, because we can. Let's see. Go ahead and get more snail flesh. Again, I don't want to fill up my inventory too much. I do want to somewhat concentrate on the lurker, but I'm not exactly going to pass up, you know, free snail flesh or crab meat if it happens to come my way. Again, apologies for the very darkness. It is very much nighttime out at the moment. So I am... Ow. Go. It is rather... Oh, here we go. Okay, we have our first lurker. So... There we go. Alright, wish us luck. Now, I do have to be careful because doing this will anger any other lurkers in the area. So I do have to be vigilant as to how many I am attacking at once to make sure I don't surround myself. I know my slingshot is hitting it, obviously. There we go. Got it. That took a good number of pebbles. But we managed to get ourselves 2 pieces of lurker skin from the first kill. That is awesome. That is quite a nice amount. Now, unfortunately, okay. Oh, I see one of those tongue guys. We've seen those on a rare occasion. We fought the tongue guys back in Sevtech. They were part of the they were existed in the underground like sludgeon, I think it's called. Okay. So we have seen these guys before. It's been a while, obviously. But the water filter is something that I have not been able to play around with because that did not exist back in the time of when I was playing Sevtech. And this thing takes a lot of knockback. Let's go ahead and combine those together. Okay. I don't know if that lurker is aggroed on me, so I'll have to be very careful. Okay. Let's see. Eat some balls of sap to get that up. Eat some smoked frog leg. And we shall approach carefully. Oh. Okay. Ow. Oh, crab. Crab people. Crab people. Apparently this constitutes an underwater ruin. Okay. Sure. Hi, crab. More crab. Okay, let's back off a second here. Regenerate some health. Come on, crab. There we go. I mean, I'll definitely take the crab legs. Don't, you know, the crab claws. Don't get me wrong. I will happily take that. Block of pearls. I'm not sure what pearls do. Rock Snot Pearl gains 10 experience points when consumed. Pearled pear. Okay. Interesting. Can I break these? Nah, that feels like it's taking too long, so I will wait to break those until I have at least the next tier up. Until I have at least the next tier up of pickaxe, just to be on the safe side. Again, it could be simply because I'm trying to do it underwater, but I want to make sure I don't accidentally like break it and destroy it. Ooh, excuse me. Move these swamp reeds for now, just to get them out of the way. There's a lurker right here. I don't know. Oof. And there's a Chiramaw that's got a rider. Let's see it off in the distance there. Let me see. Aha, here we go. That is another crab. Gotcha. Thank you. It said because of the simple fact of I have no armor, I'm trying to plan my fights, you know, somewhat tactically. Aha, thank you. Hello. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. This is going to take a moment. The main thing I'm concerned with is if these guys have a jumping animation that allows them to take the dragonflies out of the air. I don't think they can do that to the player. I have never seen them be able to do that. Oh, it's daytime, thankfully. Now I can actually see. Hey, there we go. I've not seen them do that attack to players. So I don't think they could just like leap straight up out of the water and then come get me. And I now have 4 lurker skin. Perfect. Oh, it is a full-on thunderstorm right now. Interesting. So I've not seen them do that attack to players. But I also didn't want a chance like, oh, hey, yeah, if you are within jump range, they'll just straight jump out of the water and come get you. Give you a nom nom and pull you down. I also wanted to... Okay, that one's... Can't tell if that one's aggroed on me or not. How many pebbles I got? A little over half a stack. I also want to make sure that, like, a Chiramaw doesn't come by and start attacking me. And, you seem to be aggroed. You seem to be aggroed. You seem to be aggroed. Or are you just going after the fish? If you want to go after the fish, that's fine. Let's go ahead and swap to the bow. They're going after those fish. Let's see. Can I... Again, just trying to be very careful and pick my battles. Oh, it's one of the worm spawner things. Can I hit you from here? Once you stop moving from it. Oh, I can. Alright, he is aggroed on me. Come on. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him! Alright. Cool. Not too shabby. Grab the lurker skin. And let's head back to base. Now that we've gotten a few pieces. Boop, boop. Hi, worm spawner. Oop. Okay. Wanted to make sure that a lurker wasn't creeping up behind me there. There we go. Okay. Inventory's getting kind of full. Go. Sludgeworm got. I don't know how much damage that big guy does. I really don't know. So I kind of don't want to tussle with it directly. So I'm just going to go ahead and better part of valor my way out of here. Let's just head back to base while the getting's good for the moment. And we'll go ahead and make the water filter and see what that looks like. Because again, it's not something that I've ever been able to play around with previous times playing in the Betweenlands. Let's go ahead and swap over to the Reed Donut. So, Let's empty the inventory real quick. Boop and boop. We shall make more crab sticks. And we'll smoke a couple things while we are working on that. Let's see, put that there, that there. Kaboom skis. Just emptying out my inventory. Okay. I can go ahead and put away the bow for the moment. And we'll put the arrows back away. I'm very glad I'm very glad that I brought the bow with me, just to be on the safe side. Oh, and suddenly it's daytime. Okay. So, taking a look at the water filter. Again, so we've got 3 lurker skin, 2 weedwood sticks, and some reed rope and weedwood plank. Easy enough to make. We've got the reed rope, we've got the sticks, we've got a plank. Okay. We shall make a water filter. Got it. From here, we need to make a mesh. Yeah, a moss mesh strainer. So some moss and weedwood sticks. Well, that should be easy to make. I don't have any moss grabbed at the moment, but I can certainly grab such things. There is plenty of moss over in that direction. Let's take a look. Make sure nothing too hostile is around. Go through all the... I'm gonna actually remove some of that algae just to make this the kind of walk / wade over here a little easier. Yeah, here we go. Here's some moss. Very nice. Just gather some of it up. And I will definitely take that. Oh! Even take some more fallen leaves. Thank you. Appreciated. Alright. That is lizard over there. Gotcha. Back to starter base. Let's just go ahead and... I like the algae. It looks kind of neat. It is kind of slow to wade through, so I'm just gonna remove that for right now. I'll leave this patch over here growing just because the aesthetics. Okay. Have her smoke snail flesh. Smoke some more crab stick. And let's see. So the moss mesh strainer, we got that. Let's take the water filter. Where do we want to put it for right now? Let's put it... I'll just hang it here. Okay. So, take our mesh strainer, put it inside. Good. There's a shallow breath over there. Can I take the strainer out? No. If I break... Good. Okay. So if I break it, I get both back. Excellent. Good to know. Again, never played around with this, so let's learn. We do that. We take a weedwood bucket. And so that should now be filtering water. There... Ah, swamp water. 1,000 to 4,000. I guess a question is... Does it have to have something underneath it to filter the water into? Like, it's obviously... It's just keeping the swamp water in there. It's not actively like... Oh, okay. Good to know. So if I shift right click... There we go. If I shift right click, I can just take the strainer out, but I have to have an empty right hand. Or an empty left hand. Gotcha. Okay. But it's not actively filtering. let's see about making something. Do I have enough stuff to make this? I could. Okay. So one of the things, I don't have access to it yet. I can make it, but I can't do anything with it yet, is called the steeping pot. What the steeping pot does is it allows you to make brews. Bloop. So it takes clean water to do, but you can basically make like little Betweenlands style teas using different materials. And one of the things is that it takes clean water to make these brews. So I'm wondering if I have to have the water filter over something for it to filter the water into, for it to get it to filter. If so, we can go ahead and make the steeping pot now. It's going to take 2 bones, 3 muddy bricks, and a reed rope. I don't have any muddy bricks made, but I do have some mud that I can cook into mud bricks. I was kind of hoping to save the slimy bones until I start try that again. Until I'm able to start doing the stuff with fishing. Because you need, at the very least, a bone axe to be able to process the fish. But if I got to use the bones now, I got to use the bones now. It's not a big deal. So we got mud bricks. And then the last thing is it's going to take smooth crag rock slabs, which is just smooth crag rock. I have plenty of crag rock, and I'm pretty sure the smooth variant of it is going to be, yep, smelting it in the furnace. So we'll go ahead and cook that up while we're doing this. Inventory is kind of full because we're working with a bunch of stuff at once. But that's okay. It gives me time to go ahead and continue smoking some stuff. There we go. We've got our smooth crag rock. Have our smooth crag rock slabs, and now we have, oh, I need a piece of reed rope. Reed rope. Okay, so now we have the steeping pots. So test time. Take the steeping pot and we get the advancement steep learning curve, which is going to be over in, let's see. There it is. Steep learning curve. Place a steeping pot. So, assuming that I can break it. Yep, perfect. Not a problem. So the steeping pot itself, like I said, takes water. It does take peat underneath it as a heat source. So this may work, it may not work. We're going to try it. We'll grab our water filter. We'll grab our moss mesh strainer. Take a weedwood bucket. Put it inside. Let's see. Ah, there we go. It's a little hard to see. Yep, there we go. So yeah, it takes some time, but we now have clean water. And we get the advancement percolation station. That is a weedwood bucket of clean water. Nice. And we'll take a look at the advancements percolation station. Place a water filter and collect clean water. Nice. Okay. So, let's see. We can place that back in there. Okay, so we cannot filter swamp water when we already have clean water in there. Good to know. If we take out... There we go. Interesting. The clean water filters to nothing. Okay. And obviously the moss mesh strainer takes some durability for every filter that it does. So it'll be a slow process, but it can be done. And then I'm guessing once I see an item here, I can just right click it. Hi, lurker. Are you angry at me? I don't think he is. He's wandering away. Okay, he's just swimming around. So I'm definitely going to have to play around with this some more because I'm not quite understanding how it works. But I think I have the basics. I just got to kind of experiment with it a bit more. That's fine. I can figure that out and then update you all when I play next. But for the moment, we were actually able to complete something very good. And that is, you know, simply having the water filter. So again, once I learn how to work it, I'll be able to just have a slow amount of infinite things from the water filter. Let's go ahead and drop off the lurker skin for now. Don't want to be lugging it around with me at the moment. I would, if I can, like to try and find a rubber tree because I want to start getting rubber balls. Get rubber balls from smelting a weedwood bucket full of rubber in the your furnace. You get 3 rubber balls. The main reason I want to make it is twofold. I want to start making some rubber boots, which makes it so I don't get stuck in the mud when running around in, you know, areas that have mud. But I can also use it for making the fishing float and hook, which is going to be part of the process of gaining access to fishing. Hi, Chiramaw. Yes, I know you are very, very scary. All right. So I guess, considering we have achieved the main thing I was looking to do, there we go. The daytime, take a look at my map, see what is where, of all the different areas we've been exploring around so far. Let's see where I want to go. Let us head in this direction here. So that's going to be south, yeah, towards negative positive. See if we can go get some interesting things there. And also see if we can get access to some more pots of chance. See if we can get some more materials, maybe a new food. So yes, negative positive. All right, let's go. Go around the Chiramaws here, and of course it's getting to be nighttime once again, unfortunately. Hi. Oh, hello. Go. Okay. Continuing on. If we find any more pots of chance along the way, we'll pop them open. See if we get any goodies. Thank you for the frog leg. Oh. Go ahead and grab the wings here. Thank you. Dodge the mud. And if I remember correctly, this is actually a spawner off in the distance. Yep, that is a spawner. So we do not want to mess with that. Unsure what it will spawn. But I don't want to mess with it if I can help it. I've got a few pots of chance over here. Let's go snag those. Take out the Chiramaw. Hi. Just so it doesn't follow and then knock me down while I'm trying to get the pots. What are you? There's Chiramaw there that just spawned. Here's a Shallow Breath, which is probably gonna head my way. Are you coming to attack me? Yep. Ah, good hit. Very nice. Good timing. Okay. Pots of chance. See what we can get. Just a bunch of mud around. That's fine. Go ahead and clear out some of that. Yeah, this is why I said I want to get the rubber boots so I don't keep sinking in the mud like this. Because, unfortunately, you cannot climb if you... You cannot climb a ladder if you're stuck in the mud. Let's go ahead and grab that. Dig that. Grab the mud. There we go. And up we go. Hello, Chiramaw, way up high. Oh, good extra hit. Got a little bit of Summerite there. A couple nuggets. Oh, it suffocated itself in the wall there. Good job there, little termite, suffocating yourself. Excellent job. Okay. Bunch of between stone right here. There were more pots. I'm like, I started walking away. I'm like, wait a second. There was more than just the one pot. Herder. There is. Herder. Okay, got another Shallow Breath that way. Got a Lurker that way. Got a Lurker that way. Pot. Out. Hi. Yep. Ow. Thank you. What did we get? A little bit of sulfur. Not much of anything else. Our donuts are doing good. Okay. It's moving around there. Oh, it's a Chiramaw with a rider. Okay, well, since you have a rider, and I think they have a ranged attack, I would rather not fight you. I shall just continue on. Okay. Got some more snails over here. Always take some more snail flesh. go. Donut. Oh, we got a music man. Oh, there he is. Right there. I believe these guys are called Greeblings. And they play music. As you can hear. I'm going to leave them alone. But what I see over here is potentially going to be very helpful, but also a little bit dangerous. So I do have to be careful. Because if you take a look right over here, we are going to be heading towards, I believe it's a slime area. I forget its exact, I forget its exact name off the top of my head, but we'll be able to see it once we enter the biome. But this is a very good spot to get. So dark. It's so dark. It's a very good spot to get a certain type of food, which is why I'm heading over there. You'll have to be very careful because the enemies in here can be rather difficult, and there is a ton of mud all over the place. Another good reason to eventually have the rubber boots is to be able to go around in a biome like this without constantly sinking. But this, again, cannot jump. Yeah, I need to find a rubber tree. Very badly need to find a rubber tree because getting stuck in the mud against these kind of enemies is can be very dangerous. We've got some buildings over here. At least a building. This is a ruins. Let me grab... have some mud in my inventory. Can I grab this? Thank you. Hup. Alright. Oh. There's a gecko cage in here. You can't conduct this experiment without a gecko. But I can grab the gecko cage for later. Very cool. Dungeon! Very, very much not going towards the dungeon. Yeah, that is a much later thing. That is a nowhere near close to right now thing. And that's a tar pit. So we are going to go ahead and very much leave. There's a tar pit over there. Tar pits are something that I will need to interact with very much later on once I have armor and a consistent bow and so on. Because I'm going to need to fight the tar monsters to get tar drips. Tar drips will allow me to make barrels to hold liquid. But for now, if I were to encounter a tar beast, it would most likely be instantaneous death for me. Even... Ooh, excuse me. Even back when playing Sevtech, tar beasts were no joke. Like, you didn't want to encounter them even with the good quality armor that you could get when you first started exploring the Betweenlands in that mod pack. I got Valentine splinters. Nice. Yeah, you did not want to be encountering tar beasts for a good while, even with the... Oh, let's see. At that point, what kind of armor did you have? You were well past the wolf... Well, you weren't super well past, but I believe you were past the wolf armor. probably up to Tinker's Construct Iron Armor, I believe, would have been the best armor that you could have at that point. So not super protective, but you know, not better than just plain leather armor. Another pot here. So yeah, on the rare instance where you were, you know, going to encounter... Oh, didn't get the second hit. That's fine. On the rare instances where you were going to encounter a... down we go. A tar beast, you definitely did not. You want to put as much space between you and it as you could, and do not engage. Because they hit like an absolute truck. And their primary attack was mostly to just do this suction pull attack to draw you into them, and then you started suffocating like near instantaneously. And their contact damage was incredibly high. Now, I almost always, unless I'm playing with people, I play on hardcore mode, so, you know, the damage is increased and so on. But in good quality armor, taking potentially 5 points of damage per hit as just contact damage is a lot of damage. And again, they would hurt you very quickly. So I have a very healthy respect for wanting to stay away from tar beasts. Not until I am very well prepared for the encounter. We got some weedwood bushes here. Hi, frog. Thank you. I really don't have much inventory space right now. There's a lot of fallen leaves here. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot of fallen leaves here, which is a good thing. I constantly need more fallen leaves to smoke stuff with. Hi, big frog. Let's go ahead and head back to base. You can actually tame these large frogs and use them as mounts, which is kind of neat. Righty. Heading back towards starter base. Say none of the lurkers around here should be hostile. I still don't want to interact with them if I can help it. I just don't want to accidentally, like, come across one that somehow has been aggroed from me attacking the other ones previously, and then it aggroes on me, and then it kills me in, like, 2 hits, probably. I do want to try something real quick since there's some fish down there. I want to take a look at them. I know as part of the fishing minigame that you do need to have a net. I don't have the fishing pole right now, obviously. But I'm curious if you can just catch them with a net. Let's see, put that away. I will put away the gecko cage for right now. Mud. Mob drops. Again, I'm going to organize this stuff off camera. Not worried about doing it right now. Dendrothrist. Okay. Got a net. There are some of these fish down here. Can I just scoop you up? Let me take the... No, I can't. Yeah, so until I have access to the fishing pole, the most I can do is just swat them. Hello, white. Yeah, the most I can do is just smack them with my sword to kill them. Once you have access to the fishing pole, once you can craft it, there is a fishing minigame that you can do that allows you to catch the whole fish, and you can get a lot more material from said fish. Let's see, you're gonna follow me, so... Okay, whew. Got it. That's another white heart. Very nice. It'll be helpful once I start having access to... Oh, do you want in, Shirama? You wanna say hello? Thank you. But once I start having access to the life crystal, I'll be able to use those white hearts for restoring them. Right now, they're just a mob drop. Okay. Back inside. Boop. Mob drops. I think I can smoke the meat. Or I can also make Anadita remains, which are... Yeah, the Anadita meat is what's used in the crab pot. Oh, excuse me. Try that again. You take the Anadita meat, turn it to Anadita remains, and the remains are what's used in the crab pot. Apologies. Oh, but I can smoke it, and it's a pretty good food, it looks like. So that's good. Let's go ahead and grab... and have ourselves some smoked fish. Smoked fish is good fish. Alright, so not quite as successful of an exploration as I was hoping for in terms of like going out and getting the rubber tree stuff, but I can make that the focus of next episode. But we were able, most importantly, to get access to the lurkers, killed some lurkers, got some lurker skin, made the water filter, and like I said, I can be playing with that off camera to learn the mechanics of that. Once I have that figured out, I can show you all, and we'll be able to get a nice amount of stuff from it. Let's see, this is 4 and 6.5. You take a look at the little box underneath the name card. It shows it's restoring 4 haunches and then 6.5 saturation. That's how I'm sorting all of the foods. Okay. Is there anything else that I would like to craft? I've got the lurker skin. I don't want to make the lurker skin shield. It's neat because you can use it as a raft. The problem is, if you're near water and you attempt to block, you might accidentally put down the shield as a raft, and then you can't use it, so you have to pick it back up. I can make a little bit of armor, but again, I don't want to waste that at the moment, because I don't have enough to like be constantly making the armor. It is going to be my first full source of armor, so we are going to be using lurker skin armor for a time. I just don't have enough to like make a full suit yet. But hopefully with the daytime, hopefully with the water filter, I'll be able to get that figured out. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a good day and good game.